Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here and learning A2 German grammar with me. Today we have a practice session concerning the grammar we learned last time. If you didn't watch, please go back, watch it and come back. Feel free to check out my other playlists because everything is happening chronological on this channel. Let's continue. So if you remember correctly or you just watched, we have our reflective verbs. We have many options. The more your level is increasing, the more options for different expressions you have, of course, like in any language. We have reflective verbs where we have either subject, object being the same, where we have a reflective accusative, or we have an option where we have a reflection in dative followed by an object in accusative. The reflection, in this case, reflects the action, not the subject. Don't confuse it with a normal object. For example, I wash him his hands, or I wash me my hands. To count as a reflective verb or a reflective expression, we need to have either a reflection of the subject with accusative or with dative, where it reflects the action. We will practice this slowly. No need to panic. You will see it's actually easier than it sounds. Let's start with an example. Erinnert Max sich? This is a typical reflection where the subject is the object. As you can see, it's a question, therefore the verb is the first one. Then we have the subject and then we have the object. So nobody else is in the sentence, only Max. There we have the reflection in the subject. And therefore, it is, like I just said, accusative. Is Max remembering, or does he remember? If the subject is not a personal pronoun, we can also switch it around for emphasis reasons or such. Erinnert sich Max? Same meaning. Now you will do the practice if you want, and you will learn by doing this also many verbs where we now know we can say them in reflective accusative term. This doesn't mean we cannot say it different. Of course, we could also say, erinnert Max ihn? Is Max remembering him about the meeting or anything? Erinnert Max ihn? This is also possible, but of course now it's not reflective. It's just an accusative object now. Do you see the difference? I hope so. If you struggle, leave it in the comments below. I can help you. So, check out the exercise, press pause, and then we will compare. I will read now the solutions and also translate it. Keep in mind, this is not the real way to say in English those statements, but it helps you to maybe realize how the grammar functions. Schämst du dich? Are you ashamed? Setzt ihr euch? Are you sitting? Entschuldigt Maria sich? Is Maria excusing herself? Wunderst du dich? Are you wondering yourself? Verabschiedet ihr euch? Are you saying goodbye? Freust du dich? Are you happy? Setzt er sich? Is he sitting down or sitting himself down? Entscheidet Paul sich? Is Paul deciding? Stellst du dich vor? Are you introducing yourself? Irrt Lisa sich? Is Lisa mistaken? Duscht Karl sich? Is Karl taking a shower or showering himself? Zieht das Kind sich an? Is the child getting dressed or dresses himself? We have two examples, I think, with separable verbs. Vorstellen, to introduce, and anziehen, to get dressed, to wear something, to put something on. As you can see, it's actually like always, we have the prefix at the end, and here we have the conjugated part of the verb. Now that you know those verbs, you can make super practical, I can say, imperative. For example, you can say, get dressed. Zieh dich an. Giving an order, right? Imperative, A1. Get dressed. Of course, we are now talking to a person. The reflection now goes to the subject, to the other person. Now we do another exercise. As you can see, the example looks a little bit longer. Let's read. Ein Tee and bestellen. Okay. Du bestellst dir einen Tee. You are ordering yourself a tea. Our object here is accusative. And now we want to emphasize the reflection that you're ordering for yourself. And we do this with the reflection in dative, dir. Of course, grammatically speaking, we could also say du bestellst einen Tee. But why not emphasizing it, of course? And don't forget, again, that we can put here not only nothing, but also a normal dative object if we want to not make it reflective, but to make it for someone else. Du bestellst dem Kind einen Tee. You're ordering a tea for the child. This is what we want to say. If it's not reflective, and if it is, we need to use the reflection words I told you also last time. I gave you a table. Okay, you can do the exercise, press pause, and then we will compare. Du mietest dir ein Auto. Du putzt dir die Zähne. Du wünschst dir ein Fahrrad. Du kaufst dir eine Jacke. Du machst dir einen Kaffee. Du holst dir ein Bier. I think the concept is getting quite clear. And we can see also all those things here being in accusative, our accusative objects. And this is dative. How would you say you are still brushing your daughter's teeth? We would say, du putzt deiner Tochter or deinem Sohn, to make it more obvious for the dative with the M, deinem Sohn, immer noch die Zähne. You're still brushing your daughter or your son's teeth. And now you can see this is not reflective. We have a normal dative accusative sentence. We talked about this some videos ago. Please watch them, check them out, do the exercise, and you will see how really practical this kind of pattern is. The last exercise for today, you have to decide if you want to use dative or accusative in this reflective terms. Dir or dich. Dir is dative, dich is accusative, of course, but I want to write it because maybe you haven't learned the tables yet. You can press pause and try it. Du möchtest dich entschuldigen. You want to apologize. Du wünschst dir ein langes Leben. You're wishing yourself, of course, a long life. Du kannst dich nicht erinnern. You cannot remember. Du musst dich anziehen. You have to dress yourself. Du willst dir eine Wohnung mieten. You want to rent yourself an apartment. Du verabschiedest dich. You are saying goodbye. Du bestellst dir einen Rotwein. You're ordering yourself a red wine. Du möchtest dir die Haare färben. You want to color your hair. Du setzt dich zu mir. You're sitting yourself next to me. Du kannst dich nicht entscheiden. You cannot decide. Of course, we could say decide for yourself, but it has a different meaning in English. This is it actually, and you can see, of course, the dative ones have the accusative also next to it as an addition. ein langes Leben, eine Wohnung, einen Rotwein, die Haare. As you can see, the reflection happens in a different way because we have the accusative object following. Of course, when your sentence gets longer, you have other objects in a sentence. For example, du verabschiedest dich mit einem Kuss. For example, you are saying goodbye with a kiss. Then we have suddenly here the accusative, and because of the mit, einem Kuss, we have a dative. So later your sentence will get longer, more complex. You put prepositions. Of course, it gets more and more refined. But those are the basics. And you should learn if a verb must be reflective or can be reflective. I know it's a lot of work because I'm sure you know already many verbs, but it helps. Please support this channel by watching, liking, and subscribing, sharing with a friend. And of course, you can also join my Facebook group, where I sometimes also host language meetings. I see you very soon. Have a good week. Bye.